I think we're just to the final size now. So it's 1200 by 8, I don't know, nearly 900 anyway. I don't think I can go any more with the height of the Habitation crawl-through door. So this is good. It works out nice on the inside here. This is going to have a little bit of a shelf on here, and then maybe a dog's bed or something there, you know, we can leave that for a dog's bed, and then right up to the top. But like I said, this is going to have a framework in here now to reinforce all this. Yeah, maybe some angle around the outside. There's going to be the concertina obviously, and then the frame on the Habitation box. So making up all of this is a little bit unknown at the minute, so I'll just have to see how that goes. But to say I weren't planning on doing this today, it's a job done. Right, a little bit of a late one for Sunday evening. However, today has been very good, very good. Got that cut out to the correct size. Got all the frames made and had the frame fitted from the inside going out. So I've just got a little bit of tweaking to go to do on this frame here, the small one. This one here, just a little bit tight at this corner. So we've got two frames here. That one will be inside the cab, and this one that has the door seal on it, which goes into this recess here. So the door seal will sit there, and then the concertina goes in between that and that one, so that fixes on the box. So ready for getting them powder coated or plastic coated. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to there's a place in Sheffield what does a plastic coating and do some silicone coating or something like that. So I'm gonna give them a call tomorrow and yeah, see what they said basically. But yeah, the 4 frames are ready for going and getting them coated. So the next time you see them, hopefully I'll be fitting them in the back of the cab. But like I said, that has gone really well today. I'm really pleased with that. To say I didn't plan on doing that today, it's gone really well. So one big job out of the way. So that just leaves these panels here. I need a lift for these. We can, 2 persons can manage them with the kit and the, I want to say, experience we've got really, being joiners, fitting plasterboards up on ceilings and things like that. But yeah, we can get these on. I just need my mate to come back and yeah, we can get on them. But that's going to be sort of like midweek before I even start with that. So yeah, a good day. So we'll catch you sometime, maybe a couple of days or so. So we've got it all the way up there. We're literally 10 minutes away from sealing up and it started raining. Can you believe it? So Dan's put the kettle on.
Kettle on. Cup of tea time.
Cup of tea time. I cannot believe it's been promising rain all day and it's not actually arrived. And yeah, like I said, 10 minutes away from sealing up and it's raining. So that's another day over, and I'm happy with that. I'm really happy. I've also been walking up on the roof. Obviously we've sealed the panel up to the angle. Loads of adhesive sealant has gone in there, and to finish off I've just run round there with sealant and a silicone tool just to like finish it off. But yeah, that's been good. Slightly delayed with the weather. So tomorrow I think this is one of the side panels. This has got the door in it. It's actually come the wrong way, so we've got to spin this around and then throw that in as well. So I think one panel a day is about enough, really. What a lovely morning. And by the way, welcome to episode 8. So we got the roof up yesterday. Sealed it, get it a good seal. Lifted it up there, and then obviously clamped it around the edges to over the sealant. We're going to take the props out today to get the siding, but I think we'll leave the G clamps until the side panels go in. But you can see now, looking up here, you can see how we notch these out for the bolts. These just need filling with expanding foam. Yeah, things are going well. Things are really going well. You're going to be asking me now, what we're using to seal. Well, this is Sudaflex by Sudel, which is, again, it's what we use in the construction industry. It is a polyurethane adhesive sealant, so it's same as your CT1. It's the same as all that, but I have noticed down at Screwfix, CT1 now is, I think it's something like 11, maybe £12 a tube. I got this for round about, I think just over £4 a tube. So this is a lot cheaper, and it's the same stuff. This is grey. Grey colour, so we're going to use it for the inside walls as well. So any sealing on the inside, we're going to do this and use it all over basically. So I ended up getting 4 boxes of this, which were I can't remember how much I paid, about 140 quid I think, or something like that. But yeah, the roof's on and we've got another fun day. It was only the roof and the floor panel that were white, so they're white both sides. It's now, all the panels now are all grey. I suppose it's a little bit like a French grey, or light grey. You can see this one's got the door cut out. The panels actually, it needs spinning before it gets lifted in there. So one of the first jobs this morning is to spin it, and then we can start. I just need to check the length, height, and also I need to cut the small 45 off at the back there, just to obviously cater for the cutaway at the back there. I am also going to check the this panel here, the bottom one, because that is the end panel. I may be actually better off fitting that first, and then and then fitting the side panel. So that's today's, or this morning's, that's this morning's sort of like tape measure exercise. Right, 8:30 and another day finished, and again I'm going to have to say thanks to Dan from the Overland Fit Out Co for being here today. I'll show you what we've got done. We've got the far side panelling, which is where the door is actually being fitted. I had to cut all the bolt holes from underneath and then lift it onto the truck, and then we've had to sort of like slide it through, but then upend it, and then sort of like, you know, reverse it onto the truck back and then slide it sideways into position. Back braking, these panels are very heavy. They should be really put on by machine. And like I say, it's yeah, it's been a challenge, and I'm absolutely bloody knackered, to be honest with you. But you can see now it's looking like an Overlander, so I'm really pleased. And what a monster she is. I'm 5'8" and a half, 5'9" with boots on. You can see the height. This is going to be the door height here, so the door's, you know, probably about 5.5 foot off the floor. So let me know what you think in the comments. She's looking well. Really is looking well. Right, we'll catch you yeah, tomorrow, I guess. And I will have the camera on more tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to film us because tomorrow we're doing something. We've got a slightly different approach for getting the other panel on. So see you in the morning. Right, Saturday, and I've just got the final large panel ready to go on, but this one's got to go on slightly different. Where yesterday we slid the far panel through the truck, spun it slightly, and then stood it up in the truck and then positioned it. This one we can't actually slide it through the truck, so we've come up with a little bit of a battle plan, what involves the bike lift or the tail lift on eBay. Something about turning the truck down sort of like at 90 degrees, lowering the bike rack, lifting this panel up, put it onto the board trolley, wheeling it over to the bike rack, putting it on the bike rack, securing it, and then lifting it up to the right height. It's got to be on a lean as well, and then reversing the Fox so the panel you know, slides into the back end of it. So we've still got the 45-degree angle off the back of the Fox, off the box, and I think that's his plan. But it's just started, well, within about last hour, 2 hours, it's become windy. So having a 6.5 metre panel up in the air when it's windy ain't going to be good. So I'm just going to look at the bike rack now and try to devise something to secure it with. Right, so I think we're just about ready to go in for it. So we're just going to lift up the panel. We've sacked off the board trolley, so I think it's a little bit too windy for that. We're just going to lift it up, put the suckers on there, sort of like manage it across to the tail lift. I've put a piece of wood on there so we can sit it in there. I've marked it the centre of the panel as well, so when we sit it on there we know that it should be centralised. Put a t-shirt over the camera there, so when this actually gets lifted up it is going to be leaning out, so we need to use a strop to keep it up there, and then hopefully once it's at this height we can reverse the Fox back and hopefully get the panel straight in there. But it is, like I say, this wind is a little bit naughty, and you just need to watch that. But while I've been here, I've either been hampered with sun, being too hot, rain, or bloody wind. I'll be glad when this backs on. Oh, I feel better after a cup of tea. But me and Dan has just been having a bit of a giggle now, and yeah, just the weight of these panels are stupid, and yeah, on the next one I'm going to get a proper lifter. I'm sure. But yeah, the wind hasn't helped and things like that. We ended up using the board trolley because we just couldn't slide it. These grey infills insulation just won't allow the panel to slide. Like I say, you're fighting the wind, so it was much easier to get it on the board trolley, wait for the wind to like suddenly die off, and then quickly get it on, which is what we did. Same again, I'm saying knowing what you were doing. Well, if you know what you were doing, then obviously we would have had a machine to lift these in. But even now, to stop it from slipping and falling out, we've got the props in. We had the board on there to slide it in, which helped a little. The G-clamps up the top there, I had to stop the panel from maybe just missing the lip and falling out. So we've took plenty of precautions. But yeah, I wouldn't advise you doing this. Get a machine or get some experts in to do it. So all I've got to do now is I missed these drill holes to go over the bolts here, to go over the nuts, sorry. So I've got to just whip them out and then I can inch it into place, and then it's just a case of sealing it and yeah, pushing it in. So this is where we're at now. We've got the two large sidewalls in. As you can see, the white ceiling and the grey panels really looks well. I'm happy with that. I haven't done the back yet because we're going to have to get water tanks in here at some point. So I'm just leaving that off, and plus it's easier for me to come in and out of there. I've been working for the last day and a half basically getting this right, and this has worked out a treat, really, being honest with you. So this is the crawl through to the habitation box. You can see the catches on there. This is we've got a door seal. Oh, we've got a door seal just here, so when the cab needs to tilt forward, I can release these catches, and this bit of curved steel here, what goes all the way around, will have the concertina on, and that will match up the third frame, the fourth frame just on this board here. But like I said, I have been working on sort of like getting the timber ready for here. Going to utilise this little bit of an area here for a little bit of a step, what we can lift up and just keep stuff in there. I don't know what yet, but I'm quite sure whether it's rags or something like that, I can put something in there. I've had to leave this little bit of steel in just here because this is part of the structure of the truck, or the truck cab. We've gone round and riveted this frame in, so this is very, very solid. You can see we've got the sealant running around there, and it's worked very nice. So like I said, I've been doing the woodwork for the step, which I'm just about ready to spray. So we'll go in there, we'll spray that, and I can show you fitting it a little bit later. But once this is done, once I've done here, then I am going to fit the front panel. Obviously I've not done that now because it's much easier for me to work in there than working through another portal. So, right, spray shop. So yeah, this is the idle trim. I'm going to spray this up. This is the bottom, and this is the lift up flap, what I've just been telling you about. So yeah, just need to get this sprayed now, and then we can get that fitted, and then we can get that end panel sorted. Right, I'm just waiting for a lift to get this in the back there, and then we're going to finish off the front of the box. But yeah, as you just seen, I've been using a plunge saw to actually cut these edges, and I've been using a block which I drilled on the bench drill to actually make sure this is square. So I'm going to use this block on all the windows, so it just enables you to mark the exterior or the interior of the box with the drill hole, really, and that's the good way of doing it. You know, instead of actually drilling through, when you drill going through maybe at this angle or maybe at that angle, at least you're actually drilling square. So it's just something like a small block like that just makes it easy. And I've just finished off the corners with the multi-tool. Right, we've got the end panel in place. I think it's time to take off the fixings, what were holding the adhesive, and then we'll have a look at the crawl through and see what I've achieved, I guess. Yeah, I think a good clean up this morning is in order. But yes, don't know if I've mentioned it, grey and white panels. They really do look well. That is growing on me so much. So I'm really happy that I went to CPL for these panels. Really happy. Right, okay, let's take a look. As I've said, this has worked out really, really well. Yeah, compliments to myself on this one. But yeah, you can see the wooden surround now. We've got the lift up flap, what I'm sat on, and everything just seems to work really nice. I were going to put some sort of architraves on these to like try to hide, you know, the board edge, but instead I actually put a little bit of black trim on there, which is like the door edging trim, and that works absolutely fantastic. So you can see the catches now here. This is so that when we tilting the cab forward, we can undo these clips and the concertina will stay attached to the habitation box. So you got over that separation. So I've got the 4 frames here. We've got the 50 by 50 angle, which comes onto the inside and creates the seal on the outside. Now I've got a little 25 by 25, which has got the door seal attached to that. Now I've got 2 30mm angles, which create a water shield for the door seal, also something for the frame to sit on. And then also I put these corners up here. This is so that the concertina can round off. And as you can see, the 4th frame then is attached to the habitation box. Again, this is all being sealed up and everything. So yeah, the concertina should sit around this nicely. Now one thing you have got to bear in mind is, well, a couple of things, is down here we've got the header tank. You must be able to get to these tops, these lids. And I also think the minimum is around about 100mm for the concertina. So you've got to have more than 100mm here. As you can see, I think I've got about 115mm at the bottom. And then I've got, I don't know what that is, that's probably about 200mm up at the top. That's obviously because the back of the cab is leaning. But yes, let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with this, and I think next time you see me on the next video, I'm going to be planning out the inside, maybe getting the water tanks in, maybe putting the subfloor into the box. Yeah, it's all happening inside. I may even decide this weekend to put the the back of the truck in a start cutting out the doorway. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Right, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.